Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Falcons and the entire NFC South. Rumors are swirling around that the Houston Texans are open to trading Danielle Hunter, one of the league's most disruptive pass rushers, to Atlanta. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't just idle chatter. It's a real possibility that could shake up the entire division, elevate Atlanta's defense to a new stratosphere, and maybe even give us a shot at that elusive Super Bowl. So let's break down what's happening, what it means for the Falcons, and why this could be the move that puts us over the top. First, let's talk about Danielle Hunter's recent form. The guy has been nothing short of phenomenal in 2025. Playing for the Texans, Hunter has posted some eye-popping numbers: 12 sacks in just 13 games, 30 QB hits, and 85 pressures. Those stats are elite, folks. His PFF grade is sitting at a staggering 92.4, which ranks among the best in the league. He's been a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, especially in the pass rush, where he's been a constant threat. His run-stopping ability also stands out, with a run-win rate of 34%, and he's allowed just 18 yards after contact per run, making him a complete force on the edge. Hunter's career numbers are equally impressive. Over 120 games, he's accumulated 90 sacks and 280 tackles. His pressure numbers have surpassed 250 in his career, and he's been a consistent sack threat, averaging 0.75 sacks per game, placing him in the top tier of edge rushers league-wide. He's also a versatile defender capable of impacting the game against both the pass and the run, with a low missed-tackle rate of 3.6%. Honestly, Hunter is the kind of player every team dreams of: athletic, relentless, and a proven difference-maker. Now, considering his current form and his contract situation, he's costing the Texans around $25 million against the cap this year. There's a lot of sense in Houston exploring trades. The Texans, sitting at 6-8 and still in the playoff hunt, are in a bit of a rebuilding phase. After a tough start to the season, they're now focusing on building for the future, and that includes making tough decisions about players like Hunter. With a cap hit of $25 million, they could clear around $20 million in cap space by moving him. That's a big boost for their plans to extend players like Mixon and rebuild their secondary, which has struggled this year with a PFF grade of just 65. But it's not just about cap space. The Texans are also in a bit of a crossroads. They're trying to rebuild their defense after a few years of mediocrity, and losing Hunter would be a blow. But they're also aware that a fresh start could benefit them long-term. They are, however, cautious about exposing their edge rush too much, especially considering they've only managed a total of 17 sacks on the year. That's not great, and they know that losing a player of Hunter's caliber could further weaken their pass rush, which could hurt their chances of a playoff push. This is where the Falcons come into the picture. Atlanta's defense has been solid but not spectacular. Our PFF grade hovers around 75. And we've been allowing about 150 yards per game on the ground after the injury to Trice in November. But bringing in Hunter could be the spark needed to turn our pass rush into a legitimate threat. Imagine adding him alongside Judon, who's already posted 5 sacks this season. The combination of Hunter and Judon could increase our pressure rate by around 23%, and with Hunter's elite ability to generate sacks, we could see a jump of approximately 12 more sacks on the season. This would be a huge boost for our defense, especially considering that Hunter's presence would elevate our entire front seven. With Onyemata anchoring the interior line, adding Hunter could elevate our front to a top 5 unit in the league. Think about the parallels to Khalil Mack's impact on the Rams in 2021. Hunter's relentless style and ability to disrupt defenses could turn our defense into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, especially in critical moments. And let's not forget the impact on our overall success. A dominant pass rush helps us reduce big plays. Our defense has cut down on explosive plays by around 29% when we're firing on all cylinders. It also helps us get off the field on third downs, reducing conversions by about 21%. That's the kind of defense that keeps us in games and gives our offense a chance to shine. For a team like ours, which has been fighting to find consistency on offense, especially with Desmond Ridder improving but still needing more support, having a ferocious pass rush makes everything easier. It allows us to control the game, keep the pressure on the opposing offense, and elevate our chances of winning close contests. Now, let's talk about the big picture. The Falcons are currently sitting at 5-9 with a lot of room to grow. But if we're able to land Hunter, especially if paired with Judon, we're talking about transforming our entire defensive identity. Our front would be feared, forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws and turnovers. That's what elevates teams from good to elite. Our pass rushers like Robinson, who's already amassed 950 yards and a 4.4 yards per carry average, would benefit greatly from the extra pressure Hunter would bring. It would also open up opportunities for turnovers, as opposing QBs would be under constant duress. Looking at the bigger picture, a trade for Hunter could be the catalyst for a major playoff push in 2024 and beyond. His impact could be felt immediately, boosting our win probability by around 13% in simulations, according to ESPN analytics. That's a significant increase, especially in a division that's wide open. The NFC South has been unpredictable this year, with the Saints, Panthers, and Bucs all fighting it out. But Atlanta has the talent and now the potential to take that next step. With Hunter's addition, we could elevate our chances of making a deep playoff run, maybe even challenging for the NFC title. And speaking of the playoffs, the odds are starting to shift. Currently, the Falcons are at plus 15-0 to win the Super Bowl, but with Hunter in the fold, those odds could drop significantly, potentially to around plus 500, or even lower. His presence would be a huge factor in matchups against top-tier teams like the Rams or Chiefs, where his ability to disrupt the pocket could be decisive. The comparison to past stars like Mack or Garrett is spot on. Hunter's relentless style could elevate us to a level where we're not just playoff contenders, but real Super Bowl threats. In terms of the division, this move could shake things up even more. The NFC South is historically unpredictable, but with Hunter boosting the pass rush and Judon adding to the pressure, the Falcons could start to dominate the trenches. This would put us in a better position to control games, limit opponents, running game, and force turnovers. Our defense would no longer be just decent. It would be a nightmare for any offense trying to keep pace. That kind of dominance on defense is often what separates good teams from champions. So what's the final word? If the Falcons pull off this trade, it's not just about acquiring a talented player. It's about transforming our entire identity, turning the Mercedes-Benz Stadium into a fortress, and establishing ourselves as a team that can dominate at the line of scrimmage. Hunter, paired with Judon and Onyemata, could be the core of a fierce, relentless defense that carries us deep into the postseason. It's a bold move, but in the NFL, bold moves are often what make champions. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Danielle Hunter is the piece that could push us over the edge? Would you be excited to see him in the red and black? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with moves like this, the Falcons could be on the verge of a new era, one of dominance, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Let's get hyped, Falcons fans, because the future is looking brighter than ever. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.